So I've made a bit of a start there, as you can see already, and in the middle here, we have a Tambour door. Let me just show you these Tambour doors first of all. I've got one outside set up, which is for another part of the build. Now these came from a company called Evo Motion, which sell stuff predominantly for Volkswagens and Sprinters, but obviously Tambour doors are fairly universal for anything. So this is a smaller one that's going to be going elsewhere in the build. So what you get is the actual door front itself. You get some plastic runners like that to go on the side, and the two top pieces. And these actually are horribly expensive for what it is, but hey, you know, like in other things in camper vans, that is the price, and if you want it, that's what you got to pay. But so the idea, I think, is obviously that would be that way around in there, but just led flat. The idea is the Tambour door runs up and down a channel in here, and then comes up into here, and then sort of curly whirlies round inside there. And the same on the other side. One thing I wasn't very impressed with Evo Motion was if I turn these round, you can see they look like they've been in something else already, that have been taken out and then sent to me as ordering a brand new kit at top dollar money. So make your own mind up what you think about that. But anyway, there it is, and let me show you the one that I've already fitted. Let's go back into the van. So here's the older Solway panel again from my previous videos, which finishes there because I've got the H3 van as opposed to H2, so I've got a big gap to fill in from there to there. So I've had to get somewhat creative with making this fit. So let me just show you what I've done. First of all is I've so the original shelf that was in the van is still here, and I had some of the white boarding from the ceiling left over, so that's just been fixed along the bottom here, along a batten, and sort of curves up to the top, and is fixed at the top. And I got a LED light tucked in at the top there as well, so I can see what I'm doing in the cupboard. That just has a simple switch on the end now. And I've put some side panels in as well. They're not fully fixed yet, because what I've got there is that fits the side of the black sort of shelf panel there nicely. What I'm going to do is have these so they can be taken out, probably on like a bit of Velcro or something, and then you've got that extra recess in the back of there, look, which will make a nice little cubby hole to put away the things that you don't need to use every day necessarily. So that could be I don't know, jump cables and, you know, tools and that sort of stuff can go in there out of the way. So that's what we've done that for. I've prepared a framework at the front here. So this is connected into the side there, and I fixed the runners for the Tambour door onto the side of the Solway panel here, and it's also fixed up into the ceiling. And if we come around the other side, again, I got some timber in here connected to the side of the van to the metalwork, some uprights, some cross members, and again this is fixed into the Solway panel there. So the whole thing now is nice and solid and rigid, so that's not moving anywhere. And the Tambour door now, with a bit of flapping about to get the runners all lined up, now comes down and will look like that. So it's a bit stiff, but it's better that, and it stays down while you're driving along than flapping about, isn't it? And then that will push back up like so. And there was on the Solway panels a bit of a ridge here, sort of sticking out, and what I've done is I got the multi-tool and just trimmed that away there, and the same on this side. and there's a very good reason for that. Let me pick up a piece of wood off the floor and I'll show you. Right, I've got you on a tripod there now. I hope you don't mind. This gives me two hands, which is much easier. So I've prepared a piece of wood. So this is part of the moorland boarding. So I've I sort of trimmed the top of it and trimmed around here as well, and it's shaped at the ends to fit. And then how this is going to look is, if I just work that into there, that is going to go like that. Okay, so that will go up in there like so. So we've got a nice trimmed edge along the top there, along the roof line, and we're trimmed around here, and then that covers the gubbins and the workings for the Tambour door. And then when you want to operate the Tambour door, that will just simply slide down in between the two like so. Well, that's the idea anyway. And let's get that back up again. And then if I just grab another piece of wood here, I've already prepped up the side of the wall cabinet here, and that is going to look like that. So that will basically go in next door to that there, like so. And that is going to make up the side of the cabinet. So hopefully, all being well, that should be hunky-dory. Right, so I think I'm pretty well ready to mount this front panel now. Everything else I needed to do to the front here is all complete. So let's try and get this in. Not the easiest thing to do one-handed, but so what I've done is I've just drilled some little pilot holes through in line with those wooden uprights here and on the other side, because of course the cabinet is going to cover these screws, so that doesn't matter that they're sort of visible from the front here. So let's just see how this goes. Let's go on this side. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's all right. Okay, right. Now it's going to be a case of starting to build this side cabinet, which is the one that's going to be going in. Hang on. Let me take you off of the stand again so you can come with me. Right, so the one that's going to be coming in across here all the way to the side of the shower, and of course incorporating the TV aerial inside it there. So what we've done is I've prepared the two end pieces, and then we'll see how to build this from there. So that is going to sit in there like so. That's the sort of right shape, size and dimensions that I want. And then one for the other side, which again has already been pre-shaped, is going to go in there like that, and that is going to hang down just above the gap there, like that. Okay, now I've never built a wall cabinet before, so this is a first for me, and after watching several YouTube videos, there seems to be two distinct methods of doing this. The first method is to use as little material as possible, based on the fact that there's nothing very heavy going in it. And the second method is to make it built like a tank, as though it's going to hold about 500 kilos. I think I'm going to go with the first option personally, in order to try and keep the weight down. So what I've got here first of all is my two end panels, like so, and I've put a piece of timber along the back there, which is a pocket hold at both ends, like so. And that is going to be my main support structure, which, if I come on the inside here, I've prepped up two pieces of wood which is screwed into the side of the van there and there. And yep, you're already way ahead of me there. When I've put that in, that marries up with that piece of wood all the way along, and I can go bosh 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 with lots of screws along there to hold it up. The next job is, which I have out here, is a piece of my Moreland furniture board, and I'm just about to cut the bottom part of the cabinet. So next job is to cut this off to the right length and then scribe in along the back. Right, let's get on with it. Okay, one shape got onto the back of here. Let's give it a try. This would be a miracle if this is a first timer. I'll tell you what, that's not bad. I'll take it. I will take it. So next job is to trim the front to the desired depth. Marvellous. Oh, this is coming along nicely. Right, so now we've got our shape and angle cut on the back here. The next job is going to be, before I get too crazy and actually start putting this together, is going to be to router out the channel here for this, which is going to be the LED light strip going underneath. So better get on and do that before I go too crazy on trying to screw all this together. Let's get this fixed in and carry on. Right, it's a new day and I am carrying on with my cabinet build. Actually, it's a few days later because I've been suffering badly from moody Mrs. syndrome for the last few days. And anyone in their late 40s and 50s, men that is, of course, are going, yep, feel your pain on that one. But hey, it's part of life, I guess. Right. So I've done a little bit which I haven't filmed because of the moody Mrs. syndrome, so let me give you a quick catch up and then we'll film the finishing off of the cabinet. So let's just turn you round. And so previously you saw me trimming this bottom piece and getting the light rail in, which is now done, and the cabinet is effectively fitted. So let me come underneath here. And there we can see the light rail there coming across, and I've put an aluminium piece on the front, which is also going to act as my door catch. This stuff comes from Moreland, where the furniture board came from. And so I've got my end pieces in, the bottom piece with the aluminium trim. I've T-trimmed all around here, I filled in the gap at the top here with a little bit of furniture board and a piece of T-trim on the top and on the bottom, just to finish that off nicely across the top there. In the back here I've got again some more of my ceiling board left over, so that will, you know, eventually sort of push up into place like so and cover all the gubbins in behind there. And in behind there, incidentally, just to get up and give you the whole sort of warts and all approach, if I just bend that down, all we've got in there, look, is just the insulation, and in the back there you can see my closed cell foam, and then the ceiling board just simply will go over the top of that, albeit pushed up to there obviously when I get to that. I've had to do an awful lot of chopping and buggering about for this damn TV aerial up here. Yeah, that looks like a right pig's ear around there, doesn't it? But so that's a lesson learned on that one. When I'm doing the solar panels and the roof, think a bit more carefully about where this bad boy is going to go. And number two, don't try and be too cocky and try and get the door too close to the front of there, so the door doesn't, you know, so the cupboard doesn't stick out too far and you bang your head on it. It's because the door literally just kisses the front of that when it's closed, which is fine, that's what I wanted, but I didn't allow for the screw bit and the gubbins at the top there, so that's been a bit of a faff. In fact, I've kind of lost the will to live over that one over the last couple of days, but hey, never mind. It's done and it works, and the nut is up there to loosen and tighten to push that up and down, and it's all right. Moving over this side, you can see, ooh, I have a door. So what I've done here is these catches come from Evo Design, which is quite nice. You simply pull that out and then you can lift it up, and the door catch kind of looks like that. That's what I'm going to be fitting on the other one in just a second. And then when this comes down, that door catch clips onto the aluminium. Now, as regards to the doors, I was looking into doors because I wanted the dark grey for the furniture board for the framework, and a nice white gloss, or a nice clean white gloss for the doors. So I thought, well, I could buy some white gloss furniture board from Moreland and then mess about trying to edge it and trim it all the way around, either with that sort of knock-in T-trim or with iron-on trim. But I thought, hang on a minute, am I being a bit silly here? Is there not an easier way of doing this? And yes, there is. So the eagle-eyed amongst you might think, that door looks very familiar. And anyone that's built an IKEA kitchen, it's probably very familiar, because this is IKEA white gloss kitchen doors, which are made of MDF. They're not too heavy, and the catches up underneath are the IKEA catches, which are just screwed into a piece of timber across the top there. I've got a support piece in the middle here. Now the doors are far too heavy for those catches, so they just flap in the wind at the moment. So I've put this extra piece in the middle here because that will allow me to fix the gas strut to it to hold the door up when we want to access the cupboard. So what I've done actually is I've made the cupboard the correct appropriate dimensions to fit the doors, rather than doors to fit the cupboard. And what I've got here is a piece from another IKEA door, which we'll go in and fill that in at the end. So let's get outside with the bigger door that goes there and get this catch fitted. Right, okay, here she is. And no, I haven't gone mad. It is gloss white. It's just got a cellophane protective cover on it. So let me turn it over. So I've already marked on here where the top of the aluminium trim comes to. Okay, so the door, the the latch comes in two pieces, the front piece like so, and the catch to go on the back. So we don't need that bit just for a second. So first thing to do is to get middle. I was thinking with such a big door whether I ought to go with two catches, but I don't think that's necessary, because it's just basically to stop it flapping open when you're driving along, isn't it? It's that's all. So this is a lovely awkward measurement of 79.6. So 79.6. So if I go for 40 and then take 2 off, we are there. And then what I did with the last one is the latch bit has got a piece here which is flat, and then you got the angled bit. Well, you want the aluminium to start obviously on the angled bit, not the flat bit. So I just position that on there so that the angled bit is over the line but not the flat bit. I haven't been terribly sort of rocket science about it, but that seems to do the trick. And then just simply draw around this. This is obviously done from the back, and then mark the holes like so. I'm not sure whether this is the right way or wrong way to do this, but this is the way I've been doing it. And then when these two pieces go together, we'll see the holes line up, and then you screw it from the back. And then the idea being is when you operate the latch, look, that opens and closes like so. So what we need to do using these holes as our reference point, we need to mark that round and then cut a big hole. Right. You have to enlarge the corners because of the shape on the end here, which is a bit of an awkward faff, but you know, it is what it is. It's a great product though, and looks really smart when it's done. It's just, you know, when you actually fit them, you look at what you're cutting and what you're doing, and you think, oh my good God, what the hell's that mess? But you know, you just got to keep the faith that this horrible looking horrificness there, once that's popped in, magically disappears. Right, let's turn it over and get the back fixed. All we simply do is marry the two together and put some screws in. And the only thing that's a bit of a nuisance is it doesn't come with screws, and it doesn't tell you what screws to use, so it's a little bit of a just kind of try and work it out for yourself. Definitely don't want to use a drill for screwing these up, because this is only very, very thin plastic. So good old Mr. Screwdriver is the way to go here. What I found from the other one is these screws, which I'll get the label in a second so you can see what they are. No, it's no good. I was going to try and be all fancy pants then and show you the label and say, oh, this is what I'm using, but I've thrown the label away because I've decanted these into a different screw box. But size wise, they are 20mm. 20mm little stainless steel screws from Screwfix. That's what I've been using. Right, let's see what we've got now. Right, let's go in and put it in. Now I know you're all waiting with bated breath with, oh, does this fit first time? Well, actually I know it's going to fit because I've already spent 2 hours this morning cussing and swearing and fighting and generally stressing over the angles and getting it all set up so it was all lined up. So unless it's moved while I was doing the catch, job's a winner. Yeah, happy with that. And then, like I say, when I got the end piece put in, I'm not going to bother filming that because it's only a bit chopped off another one of these smaller doors, and just some brackets on there. But obviously when I got that popped in there, that I think is going to look alright. I'm quite pleased with that. So just a quick final sum up to the end of this video. I just thought I'd show you the overall finished article now. Everything is done and finished. So we have the overhead over cab locker in there with the Tambour door, and then over here I have now finished off the cabinet here. So I've got my additional end piece in here and all lined up top and bottom. Cupboard door number 1, still waiting for the gas struts to arrive, but when they do, that will do the job there. And the bigger one this side with the TV aerial in there. And what I've also done as well is I've tucked away in this top corner here, you can just see it there, my Truma boiler temperature sensor. I thought that's as good a place as any, because when you stood back here, that sort of blends away nicely and you can't really see that. So that's all good as well. Right, that bit is well and truly done now, so time to move on to the next part of the build. And what to do. I finished the shower and put the front on, or shall I start over this side with the kitchen? Decisions. Wait for the next video and let's find out.